Hey crew, it's Pitt, and I'm back with some MBTI. Today we are going to be talking introverted intuition, so let's dive into our graphic. Or extroverted intuition, my bad. Alright, extroverted intuition, or NE, is going to deal with gathering all the ideas. They live in the near future. They see the possibilities that are right in front of them. They're really good at finding the future options and to see this might happen, this might happen, this might happen, this might happen. They are the person that is going to list out all the possible things that could go wrong. They serve a purpose in evolution because they do that. They help us to be aware of what might happen if we do this. If we go to this area, we might get attacked by bears because bears live there. They're going to tend to hold on to those type of information caches. They're going to like to broaden possibilities too, though. They're going to like to help you to understand that there is more that could possibly come from this. It's not okay, we have this, what does it do? It is okay, we have this, what else could possibly happen because we have this? They like to risk assess. They're really good at risk assessment. They're good at saying, okay, or to assessing risks as opposed to risk assessment. I probably got that graphic just a little bit wrong, but they're good at identifying what potential problems may be. They're good at saying this thing is likely to happen at some point. They're not going to be narrowing down to this is the most likely thing that will happen, but they're more like these things could happen. They're dealing with multiples more than a singular possibility. But they're really good at seeing what could go wrong. They're the ones that are saying, well, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? Continuously. They're doing that all the time. Where does that fit into our stack, and how do we go about integrating this into ourselves? Well, if you're using this divinely, you use it without thought about it. It just happens to you. You are finding the ideas for others. You're finding it in order to give it to the tribe. As opposed to if it's in your crown, then you're finding the ideas for yourself. And it takes just a little bit of effort. It takes a little more effort than it does if you're using it divinely. And the farther down the stack you get, the more effort it takes to use it in a healthy manner. But whether you find the ideas for yourself or for your others, you need to realize that that's a handy thing to be able to do. You can let it overpower you if you're not careful. The same with the base. If you're not careful with the divine and the base, they can do the same thing. They can overpower you. You can become so overcome with the possibilities that you're incapable of doing. It's harder for that to happen with somebody that has it in their divine slot, but it is possible. For the third eye, they're going to get defensive over the ideas. They're going to get very, they're the ones that are telling you, okay, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. And if you dismiss that, if you just dismiss it out of hand, they're not going to like you. They're going to push back against you greatly because they are responsible evolutionarily for that. They are responsible for letting everyone know, hey, check this out. The first slot and the third slot are extroverted slots. So they're doing it for the tribe. And if they find that you're not listening in the third eye slot, they're going to get mad about it. They're going to get very mad. But they have insights here. The third eye is all about seeing more possibilities. It is more about, when it's healthy, it is about identifying and being able to forecast the things that might happen. The throat is going to think that they find the ideas. They're going to be the ones that are telling you, well, if we go to this island, maybe we're going to get attacked by dinosaurs. And it's like, that was only in a movie, bro. Like, they're the ones, like, they really think that they're expanding your possibilities, but they're doing it with a completely dismissible idea. You're not going to be able to do that. And they're going to miss most of the possibilities of what will actually happen. Like, they're going to feel like they do it very well. They're going to think that this is what they are, and it's really not what they are. The heart, this is the part that holds us together, right? This is the energy center that keeps the upper and the lower together. And this is what you really want to do. So if you have this in your stack, you're really going to want to find the possibilities for people. Maybe you can be a career counselor, or maybe you can be an advocate in that manner where you're helping someone to progress their lives. This is going to be where I have any, is wanting to find really wanting to help people with the possibilities. That's why I do the channel, right? That's why we did the reactions, was to help people find the possibility of the artist, the independent artist. That's why I love that so much. I didn't even realize that until right now. That's one of the reasons why I liked doing the reactions so much, was because I was helping people to expand their possibilities of ideas. The people that I covered in my reactions were expanding ideas for people, and that's just came to me like as I'm talking to you. The solar plexus, they're going to hate that they don't find the idea. This is your critic slot. This is where you beat you up. And you're going to get very upset that you're missing the ideas. You're going to get very upset that you're missing the possibilities, because you're thinking, if you're in a solar plexus, then you're an NI crown. And that means that you're going to think that you're the best at narrowing down the options, but you miss them. And because you miss the possibilities, it's not easy to narrow it down correctly. And you're going to get very mad about it. Like when you miss it, you are going to get mad at you. This is not about you getting mad at other people. This is not about other people getting mad at you. This is about you getting mad at you in the solar plexus. That's where you find your nourishment, though. So if you can find a way to actually take the time and explore the possibilities before you go telling everybody that this is the best one, then you're going to be fed by that, because people are going to value what you say when you make that determination. And that's going to feed your soul. The sacral is all about chasing the new ideas. It's about you're going to be defensive over your NI. You're going to think that you have the best idea, and you're going to chase the new ones. You're going to get defensive over that, and you're going to chase the new ideas without really understanding that that's what you're doing. You're going to be looking for a new possibility all the time. And that's because you're feeling like other people are reacting to your one possibility. You're going to feel like people are pushing back against your third eye. That's why you feel defensive. And so you are going to be constantly trying to feel the need of getting the right possibilities in there. And then finally, the base is going to obsess over the missing ideas. You're going to spend all your time thinking about how you could have made a better choice if you would have known this option. And then you're going to kick yourself in the ass behind it, and you're going to get depressed behind it. That's where you're going to feed your depression and your anxiety is with missing the bigger ideas, not organizing them, not picking the right one, but that you're missing the options of the other ideas. In order to incorporate these things, you need to spend the time, right? In your base right here, you're going to need to spend time. You're going to need to identify. That is the start of all the things. Identify in your own life what the ideas that you have already decided on are, and how you can expand what else is possible despite what you already think you know. With the sacral, you're going to need to slow down. You're going to need to look at the ideas and see if they're actually worth chasing. Because if you chase the right ones, and you actually do find the right possibilities to communicate to the tribe, then you're going to be accepted, and you're not going to have to chase it. It's close to the same with the solar plexus, but it's more dealing with you than it is with the tribe. And you're going to have to accept that sometimes you're going to miss the opportunities. Like you're going to miss the idea sometimes. It doesn't matter who you are and what it is and where it is in your stack. Sometimes you're going to mess up. And that's okay. It's okay to mess up. It's a learning process. Try not to mess up where it's a scale that is irreversible, but everybody messes up. You're going to mess up. And part of your messing up is going to be that you do not see the ideas. Take the time to identify them. This is for you. Like, it's not really for everybody else. It is more for you. And then your heart. Identify how you can help other people find possibilities, because that is what you long to do. You want to give them the correct possibility for them. But in order to do that, you have to see all the possibilities. So take your time. Identify. That is the best way to work through and integrate all of these things, is to take your time and identify how this particularly affects you in your stack. Can you help people to achieve their possibilities? With the throat, you're going to want to communicate it. You're going to want to talk about the ideas. You're going to want to find somebody that you are comfortable enough with that you're not going to receive a lot of pushback for exploring the ideas. Because what probably happened to you is that you have given these ideas and they have been wrong so many times that you are scared now to express those ideas. You are scared now, because you have been wrong, that you are going to be rejected from the tribe because you were wrong. And the tribe is willing to work with you most times. Like most times, as long as you're not being a complete belligerent ass about it, they will work with you if you're getting the wrong things. But you have to talk to somebody so that you can identify when you are actually getting the wrong things. The third eye is you're going to have to learn to be less defensive over the ideas. You're going to have to understand that not everybody wants to see all the options all the time. Sometimes it is okay to not know what's coming in the future. Believe that or not. Sometimes it is okay that unpredictable things can happen. Sometimes it is okay that things outside of the scope of you problem solving happen. And that's going to hurt. You're going to get mad about it, but you need to learn to not be defensive about it. You need to learn that other people can also identify possibilities, because that's where you're going to be pushing back too, is somebody else coming at you with a possibility that you haven't considered. And because you haven't considered it, you're like, no, impossible. For the crown, the crown and the divine are a lot easier, because by the time you're here, you have already worked on the rest of your stack, right? And so for the crown, you're going to need to understand that you are finding the possibilities for yourself. And that because you're finding them for yourself, then you can bring them down here and then you can try to sort them. That is part of you getting better, right? And the most you can do for the divine and the crown really is to just accept that it does happen and that it is what you are supposed to be doing, and to strengthen that by working on the rest of your base. You don't really have to put in an enormous amount of effort at the top of your stack. By the time you get to the top of your stack, you have already worked through all the bottom of your stack coming up. And you have strengthened your NI. You have strengthened what other people think too. You've strengthened your logic. You've strengthened your seeing the possibilities in physical, and like when you've strengthened all that, it makes the top two really easy. And then the divine, you are going to accept that you are finding those things for everybody else. Yes, you see the ideas, you see them everywhere. Everywhere as you look, you're like, oh man, can you not see that we're all going to die from this? And sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong, but you see it with no effort whatsoever. And your job is to raise the alarm. Your job is to help people risk assess and figure out what could go wrong, to see the options so that we as a species can move forward evolutionarily. That is why you have this in your stack. I think we did all right on that one. I hope I brought a little bit of enlightenment and not too much confusion to a complicated subject. We will be diving more into all of these things as we go along. But I really need to get this base work out here before we can get into the energy manipulation that's coming on the backside of this. Because part of you getting healthy in your stack and your meditative practices is to pull the energy up through your chakras and to focus on each of these separately as you go up. And so I want to get these definitions out there so that you can identify what you need to work on in your own stack. I'm not here to tell you how to work on your NE. Your NE and my NE and anybody else's NE, even in the same slot, acts a little bit differently. Everybody is raised in different situations. That situational problems do not affect how you receive the information, process the information, and give the information back to the tribe. That is built into you. You are automatically going to look for the possibilities. An SE user is going to automatically look for the physical possibilities. The SI user is automatically going to try to find the best physical thing. Like, these things are built into you, hardwired. It's not some make me special type of thing, because there's a fairly even distribution of these everywhere. And a lot of the problem that we've had with MBTI so far is that too many people are trying to attribute things to it that don't really work, and to overextend the usefulness of this. It is extremely useful to know these things. It is not a horoscope. It does not dictate your life. You use all 8 functions every single day to a varying degree and to varying amounts of effectiveness. To the crew, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you are here with me, and I am praying for you every single day. I love you. You're full, complete, whole in yourself. God loves you. Have a great day. Be blessed. Peace.